Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I think there's a great need, and it just feels good to give.
Don't dump, donate. A local charity encourages Canadians to give old clothes new life.
And that has really maintained our quality within the marketplace. We need to have the best quality to give our customers.
From seeds to stores, we'll peel back the layers of the local onion harvest.
This is the first ever election of a pet mayor, and it's time to vote.
And mayor for a day, politics goes to the dogs and cats in Amherst, Nova Scotia.
Cloudy periods and spots of showers tonight. The showers becoming more widespread Thursday.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopales. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, secondhand problem. What do you do with unwanted clothing? Do you give it away or throw it away? A new study suggests the latter, and it's adding up in landfills that take in about 1 million tons of used apparel every year. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us, a new campaign encourages Canadians to donate rather than dump their old threads. Vanessa.
That's right, Maria. The Salvation Army is imploring Canadians to think twice before they dump their old clothes. They believe it's a small act that can make a big difference. A new study takes a closer look at how used apparel impacts the environment. Of the 1.3 million tons of discarded clothes generated every year, the study found 76% of it ends up in landfills.
And why that is because it can be convenient just to toss items in the trash, or people don't want to go and find a location to donate them. But we desperately need those products.
That reality has kickstarted a campaign by the Salvation Army to get more Canadians donating their old items. By doing this, they say people would be giving back to those in need and doing the planet a favor.
We need to save them from landfill, but we need to take the value of those products and release them through our thrift stores to help not only people in our community to get quality goods, but also to get the value out so that we can put that into our social services right across the country.
The campaign is being done across all 95 Salvation Army stores nationwide. Some Maritimers say for them, putting aside old items to donate is an everyday practice.
My husband and I both donate our clothes. If we can't use them, there's always somebody else that can use them. A lot of thrift stores will give you a discount coupon when you donate, which saves you even more money in the long run. So it's a win-win.
The environment's a big issue these days, and not only that, you're donating and supporting.
And it's not just old clothes that people can donate.
We're particularly doing a call out for small housewares, kitchen appliances, everyday items. Decor is really popular in our stores and so much needed for people who can't afford to buy those things necessarily new. This way that they can also enhance their lives and their homes with the items at a reduced cost. And then, of course, helping the greater good of the Salvation Army.
Maria, the Salvation Army says people shouldn't feel constrained to just giving back at their local donation store. They encourage the community to set up their own donation drives at their home, lending old clothes to family, friends, anything but throwing it away. Maria.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Thank you, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in Bedford, Nova Scotia. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We are asking, what do you do with unwanted clothes and household items? Your options are donate them, sell them, or toss them. Go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, Jesse Thomas standing by now with a look at the day's headlines. Hi there, Jesse.
Hi there, Maria. That's right, a lot of news headlines to get to tonight, some big stories as well. A woman who was shot by a Nova Scotia RCMP officer has died. The Serious Incident Response Team says the woman had a knife and kept coming towards the officer. We'll hear from some witnesses who were at the scene tonight at 6. And a former Halifax bouncer charged with manslaughter is testifying in his own defense today. Alexander Levy is charged in connection with the death of Ryan Sawyer. He died after an incident outside the Ale House Bar in Halifax on December 24th back in 2022. And Ottawa is spending $30 million on new housing in St. John. 79 housing units will be built along the waterfront in the port city. Commercial and retail space will be on the ground level of the development. More details on that housing project later tonight at 6 o'clock as well. For now, with a look at the weather, let's go over to Kalen Mitchell. He's in the Weather Center. Hey, Kalen.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. So on this October 15th for the Maritimes, it was cloudy with sunny breaks around the region. A few areas of some showers. Temperatures pretty seasonable at this hour. They're mostly around the low to mid-teens across much of the region. However, a little bit cooler in northern areas of New Brunswick there, sitting between around 8 and 10 degrees. It was one of the cloudier areas for the Maritimes today, and also saw a few more of those showers move through. Checking in on the winds, they're variable in direction, but mostly being sustained between around 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. As far as the wind gusts go, a few being reported mostly in New Brunswick, up between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. Winds continue to get a little bit lighter as we make our way towards midnight. Tomorrow's winds for the Maritimes mostly out of the north and northeast. Over on radar and satellite. So moving into this evening, there are going to be cloudy periods around the region and some areas of showers. For the early evening hours, the showers will be most widespread around northern and eastern areas of New Brunswick, but also western Prince Edward Island and a few areas of the north and west of Nova Scotia. Cumberland County into some showers now, and it looks like a few of them have made it over the Bay of Fundy and into parts of the Annapolis Valley region. In general, for tonight, there are going to be some patchy showers and fog for the Maritimes underneath that cloudy sky and with cooler temperatures. And more showery conditions in the forecast for Thursday. In fact, the wet weather becomes a little bit more widespread, which isn't exactly bad news, though, because we really need the wet weather. So I'll have more details on that when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Excellent, Kalen. We'll have lots to talk about. Right now, though, it is time for our very first break here on CTV News at 5. Stay with us because this story is coming up next.
Hi, I'm Scott Newcomb with Nova Agri and Dykeview Farms. Coming up, I'm going to show you the process of producing and marketing onions for the maritime markets.
Since 1964, Christmas Daddies has been raising money for maritime children. You support the cause when you buy a 2026 Christmas Daddies calendar with big squares for busy schedules. Get yours today at any Giant Tiger location in the Maritimes.
Oh, Canada, a home and native land.
Doesn't he sound great? That, of course, is New Brunswick MP and Juno-winning artist David Miles singing "Oh Canada" in the House of Commons last week. He shared this video to Facebook in a post explaining that every Wednesday an MP gets to lead the national anthem. And last week, it was his turn. He added that it was great to sing again and that he's so grateful to serve this amazing country and its people. And he did this ahead of Thanksgiving and wished everybody a happy Thanksgiving. So we're a little late getting it up there, but better late than never. Excellent. Love that. All right, on to our next story here. It's actually a tearjerker, but in a good way. CTV's Mike Lamb takes us to the largest onion processing plant in Atlantic Canada to see how the versatile vegetable makes its way to your table year-round.
So we are in Sheffield Mills, Nova Agri, and this is our processing plant where we package and store onions. Company's made up of 6 different families, started in the 70s, so it's an old company. All our onions are grown locally and are grown from seed. So we start planting in April and then we start harvesting in late August and we go until the end of October. Like this week, we should be done this year, hopefully. We do everything we can to nurture the crop so it's a quality crop. When the onions mature up, then we start to harvest and we grow a number of different varieties. We store a lot of our onions. We're continually packing and we produce somewhere around, try for about 18 million pounds. This year where it's been so dry, our product is down a bit, but quality is really good. We've invested a fair bit in our packing line where we've got infrared technology, the camera system where we can see every onion. Every onion's weighed, sized. It picks out all the defects where the human eye can't sometimes, especially internal defects. And that has really maintained our quality within the marketplace. We need to have the best quality to give our customers. So this process is one of our outside storages. So we're filling this up. We're coming in from the field now and we're binning these up. So we have 3 farms that produce for Nova Agri, and in total we try to produce around 18 million pounds for the marketplace. That is one of the biggest onion farms in the Maritimes. Next would be up in Ontario or Quebec. We try to employ as many local people as we can, and we have had people come in from offshore that have helped us. We're a big team, and we try to produce the best quality product that we can. This valley is really tremendous. You get the nice heat during the summer, you get the cool nights and the nice days during the fall, and it really is a nice spot to grow. We've got the right soil conditions. You get the best quality onions that taste very nice and have that right amount of zing to them.
They're beautiful. I mean, you think about apples, you think about pumpkins, like a lot of things that are like quintessentially maritime, blueberries, onions.
Well, I'll tell you something. A lot of things rotate through my pantry, but 2 staples that are always there, a bag of onions, a bag of potatoes.
You can't really cook anything without them.
That's right. Well, garlic bulbs as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and olive oil.
In the same
So there's
family.
a few things.
Yeah.
But the onions, they're definitely in there.
And even though they get a bad rap for smelling bad, oh, I love the smell of an onion.
Oh, they're fantastic, absolutely.
All right, you know what else is fantastic? These views.
Yes, we've been getting some spectacular shots here as we've gone through our fall season, hitting our peak of our colors here in the Maritimes. This one is out of Cape Breton. This is looking down this morning on Leach's Creek. The skies are going to be a little bit gray, though, over the next couple of days, and some showers in the forecast. That's good news. And I'll have more on that after the break.
Start your morning with us for what you need to start your day. News, weather, and even a little fun. Your Morning Atlantic with Amanda Debison, Crystal Garrett, and Latavia Beezer. Weekdays from 6 to 9 on CTV2 and ctvatlantic.ca.
So pilot Dimitri Neonakis is at it again. Earlier this week, he took to the skies to create this amazing tribute to, you can see it, the Toronto Blue Jays. As you can see, he mapped out and followed a flight path of the Blue Jays logo. It took him about 2 hours to create the sky-high masterpiece, Kayla. And of course, the Blue Jays, we're rooting for them. They take on the Seattle Mariners in Game 3 of the ALCS tonight, and we're hoping that they can dig themselves out of a 2-game deficit. Go Jays, go!
Not technically a must-win, but certainly feels like a must-win. You know the most impressive thing about that logo drawn with that airplane is to me?
Yeah.
Him nailing the Canadian leaf, because I struggle even just with a piece of pen and paper to draw a decent looking maple leaf, and he kind of nailed it there with the plane. That was fantastic.
He's amazing. If you've checked out any of his other creations in the sky, it's just astounding. He does these tributes all the time, and it's well, it's a work of art. Speaking of works of art, this is beautiful.
Yes, speaking of astounding views, here we are in Grand Pre as we take a look at our sunrise and sunset time. Sure, we had some cloud cover around today in the region. Did break through here and there with some sunshine, and we also had some showers, with the showery conditions becoming a little bit more widespread for Thursday. Taking a look at our weather systems map, right now we can see a lot of cloud cover over the Maritimes. Pretty cloudy night ahead of us. Barometric pressure has fallen a little bit over the last 24 hours. We're under the influence of this trough of low pressure hanging off of a larger weather system, which is mostly going to remain to the south and the east of the Maritimes. But that trough is giving us enough lift to develop that cloud and the showers along with it. So that'll be our weather maker here as we move through tonight in towards tomorrow. And the thing about that trough is it's not moving very fast. So it's going to kind of just sit over top of the region. As we're moving into the first part of this evening, where you're going to find the showers most widespread, we certainly basically the eastern half of New Brunswick, but also a few of those showers likely drifting towards western parts of Prince Edward Island, a couple of them getting into northern areas of Nova Scotia and around the Annapolis Valley and up towards Cumberland County. As we move through tonight, showers are going to be scattered in the region, maybe some patchy fog as well. It's going to be a cool, damp night for the Maritimes, damp feel to the air, and a lot of cloud cover around. And for the start of the day for tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy, and there's going to be showers present for a good portion of the Maritime region. So you may want to have, umbrella or a rain jacket on hand for the morning hours. It'll definitely be showering across most communities in New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island and northern and western areas of Nova Scotia. Eastern areas of Nova Scotia, the showers in the morning and even the afternoon, a little bit more spotty in their coverage. So any given community, about a 40% chance of a shower through the day. Moving into Thursday afternoon, the showers remain most widespread, most persistent in New Brunswick and western areas of Nova Scotia, and they linger for those areas into Thursday evening. As far as overall rainfall amounts go, in a lot of the showery weather, you'll be lucky to pick up some rainfall totals in the range around 2 to 5 millimeters, but in a few areas where the showers last a little bit longer or they're around a little bit longer through the day, there could be some local totals by the time we get to Friday morning of just above 10 millimeter mark. And areas that have a chance of seeing pockets of those somewhat higher rainfall amounts include eastern areas of New Brunswick and parts of the west of Nova Scotia. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow will be mostly out of the north and northeast for the Maritimes. They'll be sustained in a lot of cases between 15 and 30 kilometers per hour with some occasional gusts between 30 and 40. So breezy conditions accompanying our showery weather for Thursday. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight will be mostly around the mid to high single digits. A few areas of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia with lows close to 10 degrees. And then highs in the forecast for tomorrow for New Brunswick, mostly between 8 and 12. Around 14 for most communities in Prince Edward Island, and for Nova Scotia for tomorrow, most of the high temperatures between 11 and 15. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from Vivian. And Vivian has sent us a drawing of all 4 seasons. You can see at the panels there. Of course, we're into the fall season now and winter just ahead. If you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, then come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So a recent study found almost a third of vehicles that get in accidents are now being written off, even in minor crashes. As CTV's Pat Foran shows us, that can be quite frustrating for car owners.
Somebody behind me jumped the gun and he hit the tail end of my car.
Carolyn Riley Joseph of North York says it was in August when another driver ran into the back of her 2020 Jaguar E-Pace. The rear bumper was damaged, but the car did not appear to have major issues. She went to a body shop to get a quote for repairs.
The first quote that I saw was about $4,000 and change. He did tell me that, once I bring in the car to be fixed and they actually hoist it up, they might find further damage underneath. I totally get that.
She was then quoted $8,000, and after an insurance adjuster checked the car, she was told it could be as much as $15,000. Even though the Jaguar is only 5 years old with 75,000 kilometers, she was told it would be written off and she would get a check for $26,000.
I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, the airbags didn't go off. It's not extensive damage. There's no damage to the frame.
Her insurance is with Echelon. When we contacted the company, a spokesperson said, Echelon carefully reviews and evaluates every claim. Typically, the vehicle would be a total loss when the cost to repair it is higher than its actual cash value. However, it's not always practical to repair a vehicle, even if the cost of repair is less than its actual cash value.
A total loss is typically just the most economical way to settle the claim. It's just a mathematical decision.
The Automotive Industries Association of Canada says cars are being deemed a total loss more often as parts cost more and there are delays to get them. Repairs have also increased in price, and so have rental car costs. But the main reason is the complex safety systems which use cameras, radar, and sensors.
We have to replace many, many, many more parts than we ever did in the past.
Riley Joseph is frustrated as she still owes more for the car than what she's being offered. The insurance company is moving ahead with plans to write off the SUV, even though she feels it should be repaired.
Honestly, I don't think there's any need for my car to be written off. So I'd like my car to be fixed.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Thank you, Pat. Time for our final break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, we'll give you a whole new meaning to politics.
I'm Josh Smith in Amherst. Politics have gotten a whole lot furrier here, and the candidates, well, they're campaigning for a good cause. More on these tail-wagging details coming up on CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. So the race for the first ever pet mayor of Amherst, Nova Scotia is heating up. CTV's Josh Smith shows us how things are looking on the campaign trail.
He's got a big smile. So.
Nominations are in, and now it's up to the public to choose Amherst's first pet mayor for the day. Organizers at the Lillian Albon Animal Shelter say this campaign puts paw into politics.
It's a minimum of $5 per vote, and the funds that we're raising are going directly into the shelter. 100% of the proceeds help with vet care, help with food.
There are 10 four-legged candidates to choose from, and voting is open through the shelter's website.
The responses have been so creative. Seeing the designs that people are putting together, the edits and the slogans and their campaign promises are so cute and creative, and people are really trying to win.
The eventual winning pet will wear the collar of honor and spend a day with Amherst human mayor Rob Small.
Well, we've been a strong supporter of the LA Animal Shelter for a long time, and I got a call asking if, would I be willing or interested in having a pet? And I thought, well, what a great idea, what a great fundraiser.
Mayor Small is confident the community will elect the right pet for the job.
And I hope that whoever is elected is a great communicator and lets us all know what's on his or her mind when they're elected.
Is to have our pet mayor walking around town, welcoming them to the businesses, getting photos. We're super excited to have this little ceremony to welcome the pet mayor for the day.
Organizers say one pet leads the polls right now, but there's time to vote in this dog-eat-dog world.
We keep an updated kind of grid on our social media of what the votes are at. So right now, Mr. Bear is in the lead with 12 votes. So we're super excited to see kind of the competition come from all ends.
Voting wraps up this Friday, and the winning pet takes office later this month. Josh Smith, CTV News, Amherst.
Well, may the best four-legged pet win.
I've heard the tactics were starting to get a little bit rough.
Oh, yeah. rough. Very
Hopefully
nice.
nobody leaves barking mad by the end of it.
Caitlin, you're full of the puns today. All right, you have any for the weather?
No.
Was it biting cold out there today?
Yeah. Few, but I was thinking about dog puns. So
yeah.
Coming up for tomorrow, we do have some showery conditions in parts of the Maritimes. Kind of cloudy close out this week. Looks like that cloud cover will break up a little bit though for the weekend, so I'll have more on that coming up 6.
Thank you, Kaylin. I'll see you tomorrow, and the national news is